So we're about to dive into quarterfinal at number 3 here. Apparently I'm hearing it's pronounced HANZELOT as opposed to HANZELOT, but HANZELOT, Han. Be interesting to see what happens here, because if SAPYN does lose out to HANZELOT here, imagine next weekend's action as well here, where we have ourselves already Liver there, Ismo, potentially SAPYN, if that was to happen. Next weekend's going to be stacked. It's going to be massive. I mean, the whole thing. But for now, then, we'll dive into our best of 3 here. Who will qualify through to the semi-finals? Let us know in the chat who you think is going all the way here. But for now, it's HANZELOT versus SAPYN. Over to you, fellas.
Here it is. The first of the 3 French musketeers looks to forge his path to Paris. But like his namesake, can Han prevent this? As there has been a pre-ban on Han already, and Wedja as well, say.
Yeah, definitely 2 very well-respected units. HANZELOT is also named after the Han itself, so definitely a unit he likes to pick up. HANZELOT is showing a Lima, that's new, and a Ragdoll, but showing those that early on that are actually pickable, it is maybe a mind game of saying like, okay, I didn't actually prepare with them, so I'm not entirely sure how to play them, but keep in mind, you're drafting against those as well, so I definitely do like that mind game right there. It's saying like, okay, you might go for a lot of AoE stuff right now that might crit a lot, but keep in mind, I do have that Ragdoll now as well, so that's definitely a good play by HANZELOT, I would say. Picking up his comfortable picks, both sides right now, with that finesse on the side of SAPYN and on the side of HANZELOT with that Cigar and Yan Hong.
Exactly. SAPYN looking to respond now with a Bella and a Praha. Will he lock them both in? He does say.
Yeah, he definitely does lock them in. Bella is one of his comfortable picks. Praha is actually a pick of having on the field like, okay, you do have that. Oh, that's also a dark unit. If I'm not mistaken, his name is Salah. And I'm not too sure if that's going to be locked in. It's a very interesting unit. One of my guildies has as well. We don't see it too much, but it's one of those units, if I'm not mistaken, goes for a silence, a stun, but it's random across the field, and we're going to see it. It is a very fast unit, however, picked up with that with the speed lead of Tomoe.
Wow. It looks super cool as well, actually. I'm getting ready now to see what SAPYN's response is going to be to that. What do you think he does say? Does he change it up now?
I would say that you could say like, okay, you're going to take the first turn, I'm going more bruiser heavy with that maybe Juno in there, with that Raccoon in there, maybe some of those more passive units, or picking that second speed lead in Oliver. Wow. Other side, you kind of want to have to match the speed leads as well. Some unit like a Chiwu, for example, Chiwu signaling the ban towards that Juno, might definitely be a very good take for HANZELOT. Maybe even a Clara, but I would like that a little bit less. Also an AoE stripper as in the form of Hey Gang, definitely an option as well. Once again, playing into those glancing mechanics makes it slightly bit harder for SAPYN to land his skills, but I'm not too sure if I would like the Hey Gang best in slot right here. Bans, however, respecting that Juno definitely wise, but also respecting that Cigar with the pushbacks, and that might signal into saying SAPYN, okay, you're gonna have a lot of units, that Yan Hong is gonna do a lot of damage, but maybe there's not too much damage in there.
Exactly. Both guys took speed leads as well. 33 on the side of SAPYN with 24 on HANZELOT, and it is Yonghong going first.
Yonghong going first with that Salah, if I'm not mistaken, going right after that. Let's see what it does. The strip actually went through. Can we have the silence going on? We have a strip and a stun and a silence, but we can spread that with the Tomoe, so that's a very nice play right there, and potentially a lot of pushbacks as well. But after doing all of those skills, like what are you gonna do after? It's gonna take quite a while for actually skills to go through. We do have a proc on the Bella. Let's see how much damage we can take. Even though we have glancing, Bella doesn't really care too much about it. Not too much damage though.
Yeah, she cared that time. There were a lot of glancing hits.
Yeah, definitely did. We have the healing coming on from that Yan Hong, but the main thing about this match is going to be, okay, Praha, you're silenced right now. Can you keep being silenced? Can you keep being stunned? And that stun, keep in mind that stun is random. Can that karma keep cycling on the units that you cannot really use your skills? Can those stuns revolve around to keep locking down the team? And that is the winning condition for HANZELOT. If he can land all of those stuns, keep everything to no taking turns, not taking any of the turns that are useful where you have your skills or where there's no silence on you. That is a winning condition for HANZELOT. On the other hand, SAPYN, the moment that that Praha goes off, there's no actual pushback in the cool time, but we do have those stunners coming back and back again, and Salah is showing a lot of work right there. Definitely a strong unit, but it has to keep going up with doing that from time and time again, because the moment the Praha gets that skill 3 in, that is going to be full HP on the side of SAPYN, and that might be very devastating. But we have another Despair Stunner on that Tomoe, and another Despair Stunner from the Hey Gang. We're saying like, okay, across the board, left, right, center, Despair Stuns. Procer on the other side though, but that is a Procer on Finesse. It's mainly a unit that you don't really want those Procers on. You want to have that on the Pra, you want to have that on the Bella, you want to have that on the Oliver. Let's see, Salah, what can you do? Once again, stunners. There's so many stunners going around.
Wow, there's so much glancing on Bella every single time she's taking a turn as well. Here's
and this is going to be a full spat.
Oh my god, that's why Juno was banned.
Definitely, that's why Juno's banned. Then there's a full karma on the whole team right now. And SAPYN is like, I'm not really playing this game. I'm not really participating. HANZELOT is in the driver's seat. He's going left. SAPYN has to follow. HANZELOT's going right. SAPYN has to follow. All of these units keep getting stunned, being... SAPYN just doesn't know. He's like, okay, I'll try again next round. But what does SAPYN have to do to overcome those units?
What do you think he does do? Now he's seen all of the different toys that maybe HANZELOT now has to be able to use. Does he have to... Well, also he'll have the Wedge at this time round.
He will have the widget, and I would definitely say, like, either you go super hard on the Bruiser, you go for an early Juno, Raccoon, all of those passive units, because those would definitely counter what we have seen from SAPYN in the previous round, or what we have seen from HANZELOT. But HANZELOT knows that already. He's like, okay, that Verdehal, I'll already remove that. We have some on the field right here. It's like, okay, maybe if you go in the Bruiser route, that's going to be more difficult for you as well. But still, there's a lot of units to be picked up from that bar. And we have the Han open for a HANZELOT now as well, which I do know is very well runed.
Nice. It's a good pick as well. Like his namesake, he is preventing SAPYN on his path to Paris at the moment. SAPYN's going to respond. We're probably guessing with a Wedge at. What else do you think he follows it up with, say?
Wedget, hey gang, definitely options. Wedget Juno might be slightly early. He also does like to go for Wedget Lima, which HANZELOT also does have. But I would say does go for the Lima.
Well, there you go. You've called it. Wedget and Lima both coming in. HANZELOT deciding to pick up Yonghong and the Salah. Does he lock it in? He does.
He does lock it in. I actually would have to double check if it's Salah. I'm 90% sure his name is Salah, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, very strong units right there and showing a lot of speed. Also very well, nice paired unit with that Cardinal, or not with the Cardinal, we see on the side with that Han, speed leads across the board. But SAPYN is going for more a speedy bruiser-ish route. But I'm not too sure into that Hey Gang. That's showing a lot of potential from the draft of HANZELOT right there.
It is. We got the Kana, we got the Praha. Hey gang, who's he going to follow up with last? It's
probably another. It could be another Tomoe. Tomoe definitely does fit this once more. Actually goes for the Oliver, another speed lead, definitely fitting right there. SAPYN probably finishes off the draft with a Juno. However, Raccoon might kind of fit, but you're also fighting that uphill battle of that Han. You might decide to ban out that Han and then go for a completely different route. Goes for the Mei Ho Wang, and I would definitely say that that probably signals to ban out that Han. On the other side, there's good odds that either the Wedget or the Mei Ho Wang is banned, or they just go for a completely different route right here.
I like how you covered all bases there. Yeah, they might do any of the following, but if they do this one, I sound awesome.
Well, you gotta try, right? You gotta try, right? But hey, did I not say the Mei Ho Wang and that Han? Exactly. So they didn't go for any of the other choices. Big thing right here is there's not too much damage on the side of HANZELOT, and that was the main reason to ban out that Han. On the other side, there's also not too much damage on that side, so we're both kind of playing around like, okay, we have a lot of bruiser potential, we have a lot of hard-hitting units, but nothing is like just instantly killing one unit, single target, one after another. And would that be 100 resistance Cardinal? It's not too common of a unit, but it does definitely happen from time to time. Salah, what can you show us? Can you actually stun a unit? Stuns and silences. And that's actually the best target to stun as well, because your Lima's not gonna get the skill 3 off. Yeah. And you have to proc on that Lima to actually get anywhere.
Well, he's going to heal up Karnal a little bit more, right, as we go in. Obviously, stripping's not going to be any use for with the Hairgang on the field.
The interesting thing about the Cardinal, and I definitely do like the Cardinal pick on that, and that one is doing a lot of damage, or that Hairgang is on not too much tanky stats. Could be one of the two. But the Cardinal does not really care, like, oh, I'm silenced, I still have a Provoke S1. And a Provoke S1 can pretty much control that Oliver, which was actually picked up later in the draft. Oliver is going to try to control the whole team. Salah's going to try to add in a little bit damage, but the actual damage is going to come from that Yeon Hong. So the moment that the Yeon Hong is off the field, I'm not entirely sure where that damage is going to come from. Cardinal, skill 3 potential, was glanced, does get 2 slows, didn't get any of the stunts, but we see a Haegang that's being pretty squishy, was able to push back, but who's the next unit in line to move? It's going to be that Salah, and then afterwards the Yeon Hong, so we do see potential for that heal coming in.
Exactly, landing on Lima as well with the cool time into Select. Can he get a stun? Does on Wedge, yeah.
Does on Wedge it, and that's where we have this very high value heal coming in. Yan Hong, as we know, heals for an insane amount, and it was exactly needed at the moment. With another stunner, the Hey Gang is stunning so precise. It's so useful right there. Oliver, who do you decide to control?
Yeah, well, we know Carno's going next, but he does have glancing on.
He does have the glancing on, but the thing is, it's gonna take quite a while for the Yan Hong to get the skills back. So we have that skill 2 potential. You can start chipping more damage into the same units. You're gonna know that it will take a while for him to actually get any healing in. However, with that healing in, but there's also the question, where's the damage? This is going to be the damage. The Yan Hong is going to decide right now, where are we gonna throw that damage? And that's on that Wedget. They do a decent amount of damage, but still not too much. Interestingly enough, the Wedget, every time when it's debuffed, is also gonna get healing. But not if Salah says, I have heal block.
Exactly.
And we have more stunners on that Carno, and the Carno was actually the unit, also with the Lima additional damage artifacts. Those were the units that you need to say, like, okay, we have that chip damage in, we have that downtime of the Yan Hong. Can we actually get some damage in? But no, if we do not proc, we do not get the turn, we are stunned. Oliver is just in the driver's seat once more.
Yeah, he's just putting cool times left, right, and center on the field of SAPYN, and he's not being able to get too much of an answer, right?
Yeah, exactly, and we actually see so much value, and it's just working so well. A unit we actually do not see on the ladder as much at all. Working very well. We do see, however, that this unit is dropping quite some in the HP right now. Oliver getting the initial turn. Is he going to risk it and try to go for the Carno? Because the Carno pushback is the most important thing right now.
Oh, he doesn't. He decides to go for Wedge. I think he's trying to finish him off, say.
Yeah, but killing off the Wedget is definitely beneficial as well. But if that Carno moves right now and still has the options to go later...
Oh, not moving anytime soon, say.
That Hey Gang, though, that Hey Gang is showing so much. Actually, the Hey Gang, or the Carno was outsped as well, but just pushback didn't even need the stun. But once again, Yan Hong damage showing a lot of potential right there. And might we go for the third potential upset? That is insane.
This is crazy as a first day as well. We've had 3 kind of, well, they are upsets, let's be like frank.
Yeah, like if you simply look at the ranking, it's very fair to say that you expect the higher ranked player to win. But in this case, people are showing like higher ranked players, doesn't matter. I just need to qualify, and then on the highest stage of SWC, that's where I show how much I worth. And we have the victory to HANZELOT.